Hi, in the previous video we've got acquainted with store XSS attack. In this video we'll know how to execute reflected XSS. So in this video we are going to take a look at what is reflected XSS, how it differs from stored XSS, see demonstration of session hijacking with reflected XSS. What is reflected XSS? Reflected XSS happens when an attacker injects malicious code within HTTP response. Unlike store XSS, reflected XSS only impacts a user who opened a malicious link. Now let's go and see how it works. For this purpose, I open my DVBA application, again set the security level to low, and then go to the XSS reflected page. And here you can see the window that asking about my name. So let's type it. I type Serhi and click submit, and it returns me hello Serhi. Great. And take into attention that the URL string is slightly changed. Now here is my name written. Great. But what if I go further and type here some JavaScript code like in the previous video? Let's do that script alert hello and script. That's very simple code for testing for XSS vulnerability. And so click submit, and here you are, our JavaScript code is executed like in the previous video. And again, aware how our URL is changed. And then let's try something more serious. For example, let's change the content of alert function for something more interesting. Let's type here, for example, document.cookie and submit. So we can see our session ID right here on our screen. But maybe you ask what's the problem here? What's the use for a malicious hacker with this function if he could see his session ID? Let's go further and I'll show you something more interesting. Now I will use this string of code. Let's have a closer look at it. As you can see, it's also JavaScript code, but it's a bit longer than previous. And we've got some additional commands and the IP address of my attacking machine here. But what is this code doing? Let's try and check. Let's copy the code, come back to our DVBA and insert it here. Then I click submit. So the application gave us back the phrase "have a nice day" we haven't put in our code, but is it the result we are waiting for? Not exactly. Let's go to our terminal and see what's happened there. As you can see here, the session ID were sent on my attacking machine. And this is the session ID of the browser I used to run our code. So, this is exactly the way a malicious hacker can use reflected XSS attack to steal your cookies. And you already know that a malicious hacker can do with it. Steal your account, change your data, and so on. We've discovered it in previous videos. So, this is how reflected XSS work. A hacker inputs his malicious script in a URL and then sends a link to that URL to his victim. And when the victim clicks on this URL, his cookie will be sent to the attacker, exactly as we've just seen in our demo. In this video, we learned what is reflected XSS, how it differs from stored XSS, and how session hijacking can be executed with reflected XSS. In the next video, we'll go to advanced level hacking and know how to use Python script to find vulnerabilities in web application. Let's move ahead.